Hey, you're on, you're on.
All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you for your patience this morning. Sorry. It's okay.
Good morning.
36th District Court is now in session. I am the Honorable Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I am serving today as your presiding judge. You are in my courtroom for one of three reasons. You are either a part of the specialty court, being processed for specialty court, or your last name begins with the letter A. If you do not fall within one of those categories, please hang up and call the court clerk, Ms. Mack, at 313-965-2280. If you are an attorney, no, I just turned my fan on. If you are an attorney, I promise you all I'm gonna buy me a new fan in a couple of days, but it's gotta get warmed up. All right, the number appears in the chat. If you are an attorney, a retained attorney, please call the clerk to check in on your client's case so that we know where you are and you're not sitting longer than you need to be sitting. If you are a defendant whose last name begins with the letter A, please make sure you put your full name in the tagline so that we know who you are and we can get you to where you should be. If you're in my courtroom and you don't have your camera on, please put your camera on so that we know who you are. Because if your last name begins with the letter A, except Mr. Gazzulli, who has Al Gazzulli up, we are going to send you an invitation to a breakout room. And you are going to accept that invitation and you will go in that breakout room and meet with one of the attorneys that's assigned to the courtroom on today. With that, I am going to have the attorneys place your appearance on the record. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, Vet Court, Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you, and good morning again.
All right, good morning, Mr. Reed, and thank you. Your motion is granted. Mr. Fikens?
Thank you and good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Drug Treatment Court and Veterans Treatment Court Defense Attorney, and I too would make a similar motion.
Good morning, and thank you, Mr. Fikens. Your motion is also granted. Mr. Yancey, you're at the top of my screen. Place your appearance on the record.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Yancey. And then Mr. Griffin.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin, Durham Court Case Manager on behalf of the Probation Department.
All right, good morning, Mr. Griffin. We are ready to get started with the specialty court docket. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, are there any preliminary matters?
Not at this time, Judge. I do see that there is one traffic matter in the courtroom, but I believe he has his retained attorney in the courtroom also.
All right, wonderful. And counsel, I believe did he check in?
Yes, he just did.
Wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
Does he need to see Mr. Rosenthal, our prosecutor?
I don't know. Mr. Calabat?
It's scheduled for a formal hearing.
Right.
So we'll give
Good
some
morning.
time for the parties to appear. Good morning
Good
to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I checked in already by phone and the officer has not checked in yet to my knowledge.
Okay, we'll give it a few more minutes, okay?
Sure.
Give it a moment.
you.
I'm gonna do my specialty court docket, okay?
Okay, thank you. Yes,
All
yes, Your
right,
Honor.
thank you
Thank
so much.
You're welcome.
All right. I am ready on Mr. Gazzulli. If you could unmute for me, please. Good morning, Mr. Gazzulli.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Doing good.
You're doing well?
Yeah. Yep.
Wonderful. Let me place your case number on the record. I have you 603-01621. State your full name for me, Mr. Gazzulli.
First name Elkeed and last name Gazzulli.
All right. Mr. Gazzulli, are you working your program?
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
You are?
Yep. Every day. Can't take no days off.
No days off. What are you doing every day, Mr. Gazuli,
I'm going
to
to,
work your program?
I'm working a full-time job. I'm hitting meetings, talking to people on my fellowship. Just staying busy, staying plugged in.
Very good. Have you learned anything since the last time I've seen you?
I have actually. I learned that it's okay not to be okay sometimes.
It's okay not to be okay sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. And so what did you learn about that? It's how do you handle when you're not okay? What should you do?
I just do. Obviously I don't do the stuff I used to do prior. Go down to the hood, go do this, go do that. I just hit one of those meetings, or I go to the gym. I talk to my family. I just do complete opposite what I did before. And it's been working out.
It's working out. Very good. Very good. Mr. Gazuli, is your family still embracing your new sobriety?
They're so happy. You don't understand. It's like I'm mind blown how happy they are.
Is it? Is it? What's different about you? Something that you can share that's different about you?
I get treated like a man nowadays, not like a toddler.
Yes, I can imagine. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, right, Mr. Gazuli?
Yeah, and I'm managing money phenomenal. Like I got paid last week. I got my tax return too. And I don't know what to do with the money. It's just sitting in my bank account collecting dust.
Well, now let me lean in and ask you, have you paid your fines and costs at 36th District Court?
I think I paid it online because I sent a check out. Then for some reason the check got bounced. Not bounced, but it wasn't in my father's handwriting because I gave him the cash for it. He gave me the check. It wasn't in his handwriting, so I got it back in the mail saying that the check wasn't cleared. But I could pay it. That's not an issue. That's not an issue at all. But I think I paid it online. I need to double check on that. I need to go on the website and check.
All right, go on the website and check, because when people don't know what to do with money, I can plan it out like in 30 seconds. I can get you some stuff to do with some money. Now you better ask my husband. Don't tell Shannon you don't know what to do with some money, because she'll figure it out real quick.
Yep.
All right. Very good, Mr. Gazuli. Mr. Gazuli, you look good today.
Thank
You
you.
look good. I hope that you feel good.
I do. I should have given this thing a shot a long time ago.
Yeah, but that's okay. We're glad you're doing it now and you're doing it well. So I
Thank
need you
you
to
so
hang
much.
in there, okay?
I will. I definitely will.
All right. I want to hear from Mr. Yancey as to Mr. Gazuli.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Gazuli, he's really doing well. Making his screenings. He's still going to Better Life Counseling. I just got a progress report today. So he's making all
Sorry,
those.
did you say Lighthouse, Mr.
No,
Yancey?
I'm sorry. It's called Better Life Counseling. It's in Troy, Michigan. And I
Okay.
got a progress report today. Another one. I've probably got about 8 since he's been going. He's only been with us since January 13th. So that's going well. He's actually going to meetings, I believe NA meetings. So that's going well. And I've talked to him a couple of times in between court hearings over the phone, and he reports doing well. He reports working. He's happy about working. He's happy about how he's being treated as like an adult. A lot of times when we're in our addiction, our family can't help but treat us like a child just because of that addiction. Right. But now he's, he just likes how things are going. So he's in good shape right now. I know he came in and met me at the court to pay his fines and costs. So I'm not sure if he's talking about, was it that check that didn't clear? Okay, so I'll double check with that. And if not, we'll work on another date for you to come down. But other than that, he's doing well right now, Your Honor. He's in full compliance.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything on Mr. Gazuli? Can I get some more
Yes,
space?
Judge, thank you. Congratulations, sir. Good report. You're working the program. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work, sir. Be proud of yourself. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, Judge.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Mr. Gazuli, you said one thing to me that struck a chord. You said how you got to do this every day. Mr. Reed would always tell people, if you're doing something for drug treatment court every day, you're probably doing it right. And I agree with that. You're probably doing it right, sir. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Anything from any of the other team members as to Mr. Gazuli? If not, Mr. Yancey, give us a return to court date for Mr. Gazuli.
Yeah, and I think because of our schedule, I want to do if I can reverse this. Yeah, I wanted to do a face-to-face on March 21st and then a Zoom hearing on March 28th.
All right, that works for me. And so this is what I will do. I'll have them scheduled for a face-to-face review on March 21st, 2022. We'll put that on the docket for 10:35 a.m. And then the hearing will be scheduled on March 28th. That's when you'll come back to see me, Mr. Gazuli. And that will be at 8:35 a.m., okay?
Sounds good.
All right, wonderful. Take good care of yourself and know that we're here for you, whatever you need, okay?
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right, you're very welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. If you are a police officer, please make sure that you call and check in with my clerk. Did he do so? Oh, wonderful. You've already done that. Thank you. Give me 1 second. I need to. All right, let's keep going. Is that all still on the first case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have you reached out to the attorney, Mr. Rosenthal, since the officer is here? Oh, he does? We still need to check with Mr. Rosenthal.
Okay.
Can you get an okay? Let's call the law department, let them know that, so I don't keep counsel waiting any longer than I have to. All right, give me just 1 second. All right, I am ready on Mr. Oden. Mr. Oden, congratulations to you, sir. Unmute for me.
Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Oden.
Good morning, Judge.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Oden, you have a new member of the household.
Yes, I do.
All right, can we get a name if you don't mind? Just a first name.
Tinley.
Again?
Tinley.
Spell it for me.
Tinlei.
Tinley. Oh, how beautiful. Congratulations to you. Now, Mr. Oden, this makes number what?
This is number 4, but total we have altogether 7.
All right, I knew, see, they tried to act like I couldn't remember stuff in staff. And I said, Mr. Oden have a little football, basketball team over there. No, I think this is, I told y'all. All right, Mr. Oden, look at you. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Judge.
You are? Isn't this a wonderful time to be on track?
This is the best time to be on track. Excellent.
Yes, it is. It really is, Mr. Oden. Wait, I need to put your case number on the record before I forget. I have case number 210-573-5901. State your full name for me.
Yeah, Carlos Oden.
All right, very good. Mr. Oden, how are things going for you?
Well, besides, the baby waking us up throughout the night, I'm still in school. I've been
Yes.
receiving outpatient treatment, still doing my random testing, and I'm still looking for a home-based AA group.
All right, very good. Are you learning anything with all of these things that you're doing to work on you? Is there anything that you've learned?
Yes, I learned to value patience and also be mindful of certain pressure situations, because Mr. Williams, we went over that when I just recently seen him. He said that I got to work on my pressure, like work around the pressure and stuff, because it's a lot of things coming at me at all different angles. So that's what I'm working on being mindful of certain pressure and stop beating myself up, knowing that it's gonna be taken care of, and it only get easier one day at a time.
Yes, one day at a time. Yes, sir. No need to beat yourself up. Then you won't have any energy to do the things that you need to get done, right?
Exactly.
There you go. You are doing a great job, Mr. Odin. You really are. You're doing a great job. We staffed your case, no issues to report. I'm glad baby girl's getting you up at night. That's a good thing. You might as well get some practice, because as they'll sleep all night, and then they will be getting you up again at night. How about that? All right, Mr. Odin, anything you need us to help you with? Anything you're struggling with?
Not at the moment, but I think I spoke to Mr. Yancey. I'm getting ready to start the heat class with Mr. Williams over at Lake Ridge.
You are going to love it. You are going to love heat. Yes, it is an exceptional program. I want you to know that the entire team, I believe with the exception of a few people, we went through the heat training to get our certificates to be able to service other individuals who are going to be a part of the heat program. So you never know who's going to pop up and teach one of those classes, facilitate one of those classes. It could be any of our faces, including mine. All right.
All right.
But I'm so excited. I'm excited. It'll start in March at the end of this month, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, wonderful. Go in there and get everything you're supposed to get, and then help somebody else. Because that training, I've been able to help other people as a result of that training, and help myself. How about that?
That's good.
Yeah, very good. All right, Mr. Yancey, let me hear from you as to Mr. Odin.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Odin, he's doing great. He's compliant with his screenings. He's compliant with Lake Ridge. He's getting ready to start the heat at Lake Ridge. Like he said, he's got a lot of things going on in a lot of different directions, but he's figuring out how to manage those things. So he's getting that out the program, and hopefully he'll find a home-based AA group. That's what he wants. I can assist him if that's what he needs. But other than that, he's taking the program seriously and still staying pleasant about it. So we appreciate that. And he's in full compliance at this time, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And he came to us in December. He's in our 5-phase program. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. He's in phase 2 though. I think we promoted him recently, so he's in phase 2 of the 5-phase program.
All right, very good, very good. Let me just make some corrections to my documents. All right, very good. Mr. Fikens, Mr. Reed, anything for Mr. Odin?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, sir, on the newborn. Congratulations on working the program. Good report today. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. We're proud of you, but you should be proud of yourself also, Mr. Odin. Thank you, sir. Be safe. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Mr. Odin, yes, sleep when you can. That's my only advice. But keep up the good work, because you're doing the program. You're supporting your family. You're doing all the right things, sir. Keep up the great work. We're very proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Mr. Odin, do you have any questions for the team this morning?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, what's next for Mr. Odin?
Your Honor, we also want to do a March 21st face-to-face with Mr. Odin at 10:35. And then we're gonna have him come back on March 28th at 8:35 for a Zoom hearing.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Odin?
I have it.
All right, wonderful. Take good care of yourself. Take good care of Tinley, and we will see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Thank you, Judge. You too.
All right, take care. All right, I am going to now call, just indulge me very quickly, Naheed Ahmed. I have 4 matters. If the officer could join us, there's Mr. Rosenthal. Good morning,
Your Honor.
Attorney Rosenthal. How are you?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm going to call a matter that your officer is here, Napier. If he could turn on his video. I'm ready. I have SP 1289458, counts 1, 2, and 3. And case number SP 1289471. Your appearance, Mr. Rosenthal.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Matthew Rosenthal for the people, P84807.
Good morning, Your Good morning, Your Honor. Dan Calabert appearing on behalf of Naheed Ahmed, the defendant.
Wonderful. Good morning to you, counsel. Let me have the defendant state your name for the record. Mr. Ahmed, state your name. Uh-oh, I think you're muted, sir. No, he's not muted, but I can't hear you.
Your Honor, if it helps, I do have authority to act on his behalf. These are civil infractions. Okay.
Yes,
If it helps.
that's fine. And then I need the officer to turn on your camera and state your name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Officer Jordan Napier, badge 1098.
All right, thank you so much. And good morning. All right, Mr. Rosenthal, today is the date and time scheduled for formal hearing as to all
Yes,
of
Your
these
Honor.
matters.
Mhm.
How are the parties proceeding?
I'm not sure what the defense is wanting to do, if they're taking an offer that I proposed or if we are proceeding with the formal hearing, Your Honor.
What is the offers? What is the offer?
It would have to be a plead to the insurance, no proof, as responsible, and the other 3 would be dismissed. So that would be SP 128945883.
Would you be willing to have him plead? I would take that, but would you be willing to have him plead to another one and dismiss 3, just because I think the insurance will show on his record?
Then I can do, the only other one I'll do is expired plates.
That's fine. We can take that. I would appreciate that.
And that's going to be pled as responsible too, and that's SP 128945881.
Okay, and I would plead responsible on his behalf. I have authority.
All right, thank you, counsel. And
Thank
so
you, Your
you
Honor.
are indicating that on, let's see, December 14, 2021, while in the city of Detroit, that your client, Naheed Ahmed, was in fact operating a motor vehicle, and that motor vehicle had expired plates. Is that correct, counsel?
That is correct. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I am accepting the plea of responsible. Can I get the statutory fine for the expired plates? And then, counsel, I'm going to dismiss the remaining matters without prejudice once your client pays his fine in full. When will
Okay.
your client be able to get it paid? Let me tell you how much it is first.
Okay.
1 second.
Okay.
So it's $145 for the
Okay.
fine.
Okay, can he have 1 week, Your Honor, just to make sure it gets updated? If I would appreciate that.
Absolutely. And so what I am going to do is I am going to adjourn this, place this on my adjourned docket, adjourn to pay. And that will be for March. I'll just put it on March 14th, 2022 at 10:30. As long as your client gets it paid, he does not have to show up.
Okay,
It'll get closed out. The other matters will then get dismissed. If he doesn't get it paid, he has to come back and see me, okay?
that is fine. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much
All
for
right.
your patience this
You're welcome.
morning.
Thank you, officer. Thank you, Mr. Rosenthal. Y'all, and thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
All right, you do the same. Thank you, Mr. Rosenthal. All right, I am ready now to go to Martasia.
Thank you,
Prior, if there's other individuals who have joined us on this morning and your last name begins with the letter A, you are going to receive an invitation from the clerk to go to a breakout room. Please do so that you have the opportunity to speak with an attorney. Please make sure you accept the invitation to the breakout room. And good morning, Attorney Hill. Are you serving with us today? Or do you have a case?
No, I'm House Counsel. Good morning, Judge.
All right, good morning to you. Good to see you on this morning. We will get you into a breakout room. Hopefully there are some individuals that are in there already.
Thank you, Judge.
You're very welcome. All right, let's go to Ms. Pryor's case. I have case number 200-557-9901. Good morning, Ms. Pryor.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well. How are you this morning?
I'm fine. I'll be anxious to talk to you because you'll be so uplifting and positive.
Oh, Ms. Pryor. Yes, and you all encourage me. How about that? The fact that you all get up and get in the fight, that encourages me.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. How are you doing?
Fine. Everything's been going good.
All right, tell me what you've been doing. Seems like I haven't seen you in forever, though.
Yeah. Just working and gaining the patience for 2 kids now.
A little different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But I'm handling though. It's fine. I'm handling it.
Okay. Very good. How is work going?
It's fine. I took off today because the baby just got shot, so she a little fussy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is she okay?
Yeah, she fine. I didn't want to leave her with my grandma acting fussy like that.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. And so you still working your program?
Yes, I just made a payment. I've been making my payments to Mr. Yancey. I have a small amount left to pay, and that's going to get paid soon. Still been screening and everything. The last thing I learned was like my circle and who you have around you. You know, keep having positive people around you. Not nobody that's gonna peer pressure you to doing stuff you shouldn't do, and accountability and responsibility.
Yes, ma'am. Those are all some good things that will take you far in life. You know that,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. They will take you far in life. Wonderful. Is there anything, Ms. Pryor, that you're struggling with that you need us to help you with?
No, I'm doing fine with everything. I'm getting my business back together, selling clothes and everything. I'm trying to open up a boutique. So I've just been working on that.
Look at you. Very good.
Thank
So you all just have a whole family of entrepreneurs, huh?
Yeah.
I know.
I'm trying to get on track.
You trying to catch up with everybody else, right?
Yeah.
All right. How's the family restaurant going?
It's good. It's still doing good.
It's still doing good. All right. Well, you know, it's income tax time. And so folks gonna start eating a whole lot. Somebody told us that the other day.
Yeah.
Folks are eating a whole lot, right?
Yeah.
All right. You have any questions today, Ms. Pryor, for the team?
No, I don't.
No questions? All right, Mr. Yancey, tell us about Ms. Pryor.
Yes, Your Honor, Ms. Pryor, she's doing well. She's in phase 3. And she's acting like she's in phase 3. That's a good thing. She's making her screenings. I just saw her Friday. She came down to the court, so I met her down here. She paid $300. That was a big deal. Still working. Still thinking about other ways to work. Taking care of her 2 children. Still learning as we're going. I believe she still makes some meetings. So she's doing well. She's really trying to really end this with a bang. So we appreciate that. And we're here for her. We're here for her, and she's still doing it. So and we appreciate her maturity. And her knowing that she can't hang around some of the old crew. But you know, she's got the personality to have a new crew. So she's doing well.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything asked to Ms. Pryor?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Ms. Pryor, good report today. It's always good to see you. Keep up the good work, and thank you. I think you're working in the healthcare field. We
Yes.
appreciate healthcare workers. Be safe, whatever you're doing. Thank you very much. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Pryor.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Ms. Pryor, it's always good to see you because you kept this on track. You're just always thinking about improving yourself and improving those around you. And it's so good to hear. And it's so wonderful that you're doing what you're doing. So keep up the good work.
Yes, very good. Very proud of you, Ms. Pryor. Very proud of you. All right, and I'm so glad. It sounds like Mr. Yancey, at least since that, she's slated for May. To be finished with everything and to be a part of our first celebration since COVID. We have not had a graduation. We didn't have it in 2020, and we did not have it in 2021, and we want to do it right and big in 2022. So be excited, and we have a wonderful group of people, I believe, that will be able to be a part of our first graduation in 2 years. So very good, Ms. Pryor, very good.
Thank you.
All right, what's next, Mr. Yancey?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do a face-to-face with Ms. Pryor on April 4th of this year at 10:35.
Okay.
All right. Did you get that, Ms. Pryor?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you know that we're here should you need us before that time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Keep up the great work you're doing. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Take good care of those babies, okay?
Yes.
All right, very good. Bye-bye. Good morning.
I apologize. My approach, I have a very urgent.
Oh, yeah.
Selena Mansour, you may wish to contact the clerk if you haven't already, to check in with her so she can match up people with who.
I didn't know this.
Mr. Biden, she's already contacted us. We're dealing with that now. She needs to go in the breakout room. Mr. Rosenthal.
Okay.
Hello, I'm right over here.
Yeah, I see you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Okay, no problem.
Please. couple of things that I need to do to wrap up the specialty court docket. If you have joined and you are an attorney, please check in with the clerk at 313-965-2280 so that we can get you to the right place, so we can make sure we service you and not have you waiting around. If you are on and you are on a telephone, I will not be able to service you today without Zoom capabilities. I have to have a visual of who you are because we're recording. If you are not able to utilize Zoom, you must report to 36th District Court, located at 421 Madison in the city of Detroit. And it is now 9:30. I'm expecting you to appear before 11 o'clock. And so if you could do that, that would be absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. Ms. Wilson, you may want to reach out to that person as well that's on the phone and let them know we won't be able to service them just with a phone number. All right. Let's call the remaining. Give me 1 second, Mr. All right, I'm calling for Nicole Colbert, Z800891 and Z806671. Mr. Yancey.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm actually scheduled to have a face-to-face with Ms. Colbert in about 30 minutes, but I did talk to her last Thursday. She's doing well. She's still working. And we're going to have her come back on March 28th of this year at 8:35 on Zoom.
All right, very good. Thank you. No issues for her. So that's wonderful.
That is wonderful.
All right. Yes, very good. Mr. Yancey, she had another outstanding matter. We'll have to check on, she had a civil infraction, and there was another charge. I'm looking in the file for Ms. Colbert, dealing with, you know, that big issue that we had. And so if you could update me, you don't have to do it on the record, but update me on where she is with that, okay?
Okay.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, I have for Darren Twitty, case number 201-0000277. Mr. Yancey.
Your Honor, Mr. Twitty, he's doing pretty well. He's still working, still going to meetings, still screening. I just talked to him about he needs to start really making payments now. So I'm getting him information about that, but he's doing well in compliance. We're going to have him come back on March 28th of this year at 8:35.
All right, so I have a question on Mr. Twitty as well, Mr. Yancey. Yes. I do see in his file where he was supposed to get a $1,000 voucher. He has a number of outstanding things here at 36th District Court. Did he get that voucher or did he make some of those payments?
I'll have to get the status of his voucher. I do remember him talking about he was going to get a voucher. I don't know if he needed something from us first, but I will, I'll call him today and find out what is the status with that, because I know we talked about that. He did bring that up with the attorneys also. I'm just not sure exactly, but I'll find that out today.
Okay, wonderful. And just let me know, because not only does he have his specialty court fines and costs, he has a substantial balance with 36th District Court. And so I just want to make sure I set aside penalties and interest. However, let's work on packaging that, because we want to help him as much as we can.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, give me his return to court date again.
Your Honor, it'll be March 28th of this year at 8:35.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Yancey.
Thank you.
All right, I believe that is everyone that is scheduled for the specialty court docket. Did I miss anyone?
No, Your Honor.
No? All right, you all have been awesome. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikes, there is a matter that I do need to place on the record. All right, there is a matter that I need to place on the record. And so if we could pull, or if I could get the warrant for Mr. Richardson. That's okay. All right, we put the numbers on, there we go. All right, I have the following for Desi Arnaz Richardson. Case number SP 106-06801, case number 200-572-3501. Ms. Robs, place your appearance on the record for me.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robs, Veteran and Drug Treatment Court Case Manager.
All right, thank you, Ms. Robs. I'm going to have you make the record. Please make sure that Mr. Richardson's matters get added to today's docket. Ms. Robs, tell us why you are asking me to enter a warrant, and we're sending the police out to Mr. Richardson's home.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I became aware that Mr. Richardson had missed 2 tests at JAMS, both for March 4th, 2022, and for March 6th, 2022 as well. This thing, Your Honor, I had tried to attempt to make contact with Mr. Richardson. I also asked his mentor to reach out to him as well. Because of a pattern and instances that we've had before, Your Honor, with Mr. Richardson, I'm very concerned with regard to his safety and well-being. No one has been able to contact him, and that's unlike Mr. Richardson at this point, Your Honor. He would have made some type of contact if he were in a stable place. Therefore, Your Honor, I asked for the warrant. In addition to that, Your Honor, I'm asking that the police be sent out for a wellness check for Mr. Richardson on this morning, just to verify, in addition to verify his whereabouts and his safety and well-being, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikes, in response to that request for a warrant.
Yes, Judge, we have no objection to that.
Sir, wait a minute now. What you doing? Oh, okay. You scared me. I didn't want you to undo your pants in here. No. All right, have a seat. All right. Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all know I get scared. All right, go ahead, Mr. Fikes.
Yes, Judge, I have no objection to the request for a warrant.
Judge, I would agree. Judge, I would agree with Mr. Fikes. No objection to the warrant and no objection to the wellness test. We are concerned about Mr. Richardson, and the wellness check would go a long way to satisfy some of those concerns. Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good. Ms. Robs, I have signed what you presented to me, the warrant. I've also identified that he's a part of our drug treatment court, veterans treatment court, and I need you to sign. I just noticed you didn't sign my warrant for the probation officer. So, and let's get Officer E, who partners with us, to let's go out and get that wellness check done sooner than later, like this morning, if we could.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much. All right. And so it looks like I see a couple of A's in names in the courtroom. I don't see any faces. So Ms. Wilson, are those individuals who need to go into a breakout room?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, is that for religious purposes? Because it's, yeah, okay, thank you. All right. All right. I'm sorry, Ms. Wilson, okay, you did it. All right, I do see that there is an attorney, Mansour. Good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Can I get the file that attorney Mansour checked in on? All right, thank you. Are you ready to proceed?
We are just waiting for a breakout room, Your Honor, with the city attorney. I think they said they were going to connect us in a few minutes. I'm not sure.
Okay, wonderful. Let's make that happen. Ms. Wilson, is your client here as well?
Yep, he's right over here too.
Oh, he's in, okay, with you. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, sorry, we're just on here together, so you can check us in together.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. We'll get you to a breakout room, Ms. Wilson.
Thank you. Yep, they're connecting me one. I appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. Oh, there's a Mr. Akins that's on. Oh, and I think Ms. Brimage, is Ms. Brimage coming on for Mr. Akins?
Judge,
He's in the
on
breakout
docket
room and that's fine. Yeah, he has a review and it says discharge, so I must have inherited that case from somewhere. I also see a person last name Flowers. Are they supposed to be in my courtroom?
They're on your docket. She's on your docket, Your Honor.
She is. She should not be though. Right? Is there any particular reason why she's on my docket?
Judge, this is a
Flowers. Oh, I don't know. Mr.
Judge,
Reed?
it's a 2013. Judge, this is the 2013 case, and it's one of those cabaret D cases, I believe, that may still be lingering around that are associated with you. I'm not sure why it's on your docket and it didn't go to the Alpha judge, but it is a 2013 cabaret D.
Let me get an ROA because it's an arraignment on the bench warrant. Let's see if I sentenced her to do something and she didn't do it. That may be why the judge sent her back to me. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay. Officer, can you let me know who has checked in the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am. You have a Dana Anderson for traffic matters and a Stephen Autry Senior for traffic.
All right, very good. We need to get them set up to go into breakout rooms. Thank you. With the attorneys. And you said Autry?
Yes, ma'am. So 9:30.
Yes, sir. I see it.
You said senior, so what? So what is his birthday? I want to make sure we got the right person. We're not going to.
Oh, say that.
All right, that's all I need to know. I heard. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, because we did a whole lot of that last week.
Is she still signed on in there, Mr. Octomot?
I think the Rob did it.
I don't know. Can you check?
That's what we check.
Okay, thank you. And I'll go in there if I need to.
No, Ms. Rouse is not in there.
So it's not signed on?
I don't believe so. She made a turn to check off.
There's a delayed sentence. So Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, on Flowers, I don't know if you all want to go in the breakout room, but it looks like she entered a guilty plea with Judge Larry Williams. And he said that she was going to determine her fines and costs upon her return. She did not return, and so she started the whole warrant phase. At one point, she did post a $100 bond, still did not come back. And so then she ended up with a $500 bond, which she's paid. This is pursuant to a delayed sentence. And so if we can, I'll assess her fines and costs, let the 500 cover everything, and I'd be willing to still give her her dismissal. But she's not gonna get any money back, because this is back from 2013. She just did not take care of business. It's a costly lesson, but she's gotta learn it.
Yes, Judge. Thank you. I'll go into a breakout room with her and let her know, Judge. Thank you.
I think she's in a breakout room already. So Miss Wilson, if you could put Mr. Reed in the same breakout room with Miss Flowers, that would be great.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
Mr. Reed, did you ask me something?
I was waiting to go in the breakout room with Ms. Flowers.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. I have the invitation.
Hopefully they do the exact same thing.
You were on mute, Judge.
Oh, Mr. Hill, do you have some things ready for the court?
No, I just have a question for Madam Clerk, if I can ask.
Oh, yes, go right ahead.
Go ahead, Mr.
Jason,
Hill. I'm here.
Jason Akins is in the breakout room. Is he on the docket today? Mr. Fikens said he didn't see him on there.
Yes, he's under 9:30.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Judge, we're ready on Ms. Flowers.
All right, let's do it. I have the following matter for Ms. Flowers. I have case number U12621113. Ms. Flowers, state your full name, please.
Jasmine Flowers.
Good morning to you, Ms. Flowers.
Good morning, Judge.
All right, Mr. Reed, it says that
Yes,
it's an
Judge.
arraignment on the bench warrant. How are you proceeding today?
Judge, arraignment purposes, my client was Stan Mule, asked the court to enter a not guilty plea. Having said all that, it's my understanding that this matter has been adjudicated. My client entered a plea some years ago in front of Judge Larry Williams. She did not return and pay fines and costs. She has posted a $500 bond. We discussed this matter in the breakout room. My client would ask the court to consider accepting the $500 fine to be applied toward fines and costs. And Judge, she apologizes for the delay. We understand that this is a 9-year, 10-year-old case. She's no longer in that profession, in that business, and we'd ask the court to honor the delayed sentence. Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, as I indicated to you earlier, that that Judge Williams did not assess fines and costs. He said he would do so upon review, which your client didn't return for review. And so I'm going to assess all fines and costs at the $500 that was paid for by way of bond. And I am going to apply and it'll be all fines and costs and penalties and liens and all of that stuff, okay?
Yes, Judge.
And I am going to dismiss the case without prejudice. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Judge, we thank you. Ms. Flowers thanks you. She's
Thank you so much.
very happy with the results of this court today. We thank her for coming in and wish her the best. And be safe, Ms. Flowers. Thank you, man. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you, Ms. Flowers. Take
Thank you
care.
so much, Judge. Be well.
Okay, you too. All right.
Mr. Hill.
Sorry, I clicked off on accident. Can you put me back in the breakout room?
Okay, I did talk to probation. That's supposed to be a violation for Mr. Akins, but he's Mr. Bradfield is on.
Awesome.
Oh, Mr. Akins needs to come in. He has 2 OWVI.
It's the same case, Judge. It's on there twice.
It's just on there twice?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. All right. Then he's good, Mr. Hill.
Okay.
Good morning, Attorney Bates. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Please check in with my clerk. Call the courtroom to check in. 965-2280. That number is also in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're very welcome.
What's going on, Hill?
I'm ready on Mr. Ali. We're just going to set that for a bench trial. And then whenever Mr. Bradfield gets in there, we're ready on Mr. Akins. It says in the ROA schedule for discharge. I'm assuming if he's paid. Okay,
Yeah,
want to make sure.
Is it supposed to be a violation here?
Somebody put it in wrong.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I don't see your client. You said Kevin Ali?
Yeah, let me tell him to come out.
Okay, wonderful. Mr. Hill, are we ready? On Mr. Ali, I see he's entered the courtroom.
Yes, Judge.
All right, I'm calling case number SV 122-43281. Your appearance?
Morning, Your Honor. Ryan Hill, P68445 on behalf of Mr. Ali. Mr. Ali, take yourself off mute and state your name for the record, please.
Kevin Ali.
All right, good morning, Mr. Ali.
Good morning.
Judge,
Counsel, today is the day for arraignment. How are we proceeding?
wait for him where you stand mute, Judge.
All right, thank you. Why does he only have one charge that's on here? Oh, this is someone else. No, it is not.
Give me 3 charges, Judge.
Right, there are 3 charges, but I only stated 1 on the record because that's all I see on my docket.
2 is set for 1:30 p.m.
Unless they are separated. Let me just see, are they separated?
I gave you a new docket because the other one, they
Oh.
were separate.
Oh, this is on my notes. Okay, so let me go to the This is the new docket?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. I'll transfer to this one. Very good. So my apologies. I have SP 122-4328, counts 1, 2, and 3. All right, counsel, your client is standing mute. How are we proceeding from there?
Judge, we're gonna ask for a bench trial.
All right, please establish on the record that your client understands his right to a jury trial and he's waiving it and has decided to have a bench trial. You may proceed.
Mr. Ali, you understand that you have a right to a bench or a jury trial. A jury trial is a cross-section of your peers that would hear the matter and make a determination. You're waiving your right to that jury trial, and you're going to have Judge Holmes or another judge, more than likely Judge Holmes, hear your matter at the bench trial date. You understand that, correct?
Yes.
All right, I'll set the matter for a bench trial, and that bench trial date will be, let's see, we are at the 7th. I will have to do it on the, can we do it on the 28th of March, which is a Monday? And we can do it at 1:30.
March. Yes, it's good with me. 1:30.
Mr. Hill, Attorney Hill.
Yes, Judge, that's fine.
All right, wonderful. Then we will have that bench trial. I'm making sure. Yes, we'll have the bench trial on March 21st, 2022 at 1:30 p.m.
Thank you,
Okay,
Judge.
thank you all. Yes. I'm sorry, the 28th, not the 21st. I
Okay.
wrote down the 21st, but it is the 28th. Okay?
Yes, yes.
All right, very good. Thank you for your patience this morning. Thank you, Attorney Hill.
Thank you,
All right.
Mr. Hill.
Yes.
Wow, I got nervous.
Okay, listen, you're still in court. You're just going to bring your proof of sale to the next court date. You're going to show the prosecutor, okay? We're still on the record. Okay, we'll see.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jones.
Bye-bye.
All right, do we have anything else that's ready?
Your Honor, we're ready whenever you guys get a chance.
I'm sorry, you have to turn on your camera to address the court. Thank you.
We're ready whenever you get a chance. Sorry about that.
Okay, wonderful. Tell me your client's name. Is it Abro?
Yep, Raymond Abro.
All right.
He's right around
Yes, all right. Okay, wonderful. Give me just 1 second and then I am ready for you. Here we go. Got that new docket. I have the following for Mr. Abro, case number U620-551-21 and case number 215-258-441. Counsel, your appearance.
Slindy Mansour, appearing on behalf of Raymond Abro, 85549.
All right, good morning to you, counsel, and your client. Would you please allow him to place his appearance on the record?
The first and last name.
Raymond Abro.
All right, good morning to you again, Mr. Abro. Today is the date scheduled for arraignment and hearing. How are the parties proceeding, counsel?
We just spoke to the city attorney. So for the first ticket in regard to sale to a minor, we are pleading responsibly, and we came up with a offer that basically would be dismissal after paying the cost on the first ticket.
All right, that's for the selling alcohol to a minor. And then what about the remaining ticket? Is that a dismissal?
Yes, so we did dismissal due to valid documentation, and I'm going to email him the copy of the complaint and the receipt in a few minutes.
All right, very good. Mr. Rosenthal, place your appearance on the record.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Rosenthal for the people, P84807.
All right, and is that the agreement that the people have reached that I'm going to, in exchange for his plea of responsible to selling alcohol to a minor, the remaining charge would be dismissed without prejudice, and that the other matter would be dismissed upon payment of fines and costs?
Correct, Your Honor. Given the facts that I saw on the ticket and also looking at the case balance of the individual, that seemed to be the correct way to go with this, given that they had valid business license as well. So that is correct, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Let me have Mr. Abro, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Counsel, please establish on the record through your client that he understands his constitutional right to a trial and a formal hearing with respect to the matters that are before the court, and that he is forever giving up those rights in order to take advantage of the offer from the people. You may proceed.
Yep, he proceeds, Your Honor.
I need your client to indicate that on the record for me, that he understands he's giving up those rights.
Understand your rights.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
Okay, and no one has promised you anything or forced you in any way to give up your right to a trial or a hearing in these matters. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And you are pleading responsible on today because you are in fact responsible for the as charged. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Counsel, you may proceed by placing the factual basis on the record. Counsel, you can voir dire your client as to the facts.
Oh, yep, we accept.
Can you voir dire your client for me?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, give me 1 second. All right, Mr. Abro, on September 16, 2021, while in the city of Detroit, were you working at a business establishment that sells alcohol?
Yes, Your Honor.
What was the name of that establishment?
Stop and Go Deli.
All right, and what did you do at Stop and Go Deli?
I was working the register, ma'am.
All right, and on September 16, 2001, did you sell or furnish alcohol to a person that's under the age of 21?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, counsel, are you satisfied? Counsel, are you satisfied?
Yes, I
as
am.
to the factual basis?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rosenthal?
Yes, Your Honor, satisfied.
All right, with that, I am going to accept the plea of responsible. I am going to assess the statutory fine. Do I have this right? That it's $110. That's correct, okay.
Yes,
So the statutory fine is $110, and this matter will be dismissed upon payment. And then for the remaining matter that was before the court, once you pay your fines and costs in full, that matter will be dismissed as well. When can your client get his fines and costs paid in full?
Yeah, Your Honor, we were just asking, so he wants to pay it in person. Is that okay if we do that and come to the court and address that?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Do you want to go today?
I'm gonna go today, Your Honor.
He's at our office right now. He can be in Detroit in
I'll be there in 30 minutes.
30, 40 minutes.
All right, very good. So what I'll just do is I'll adjourn to dismiss for the 1:30. As long as he pays it, Miss Matt, we'll dismiss it today, okay?
Oh,
all right, very good.
For the first one, sorry, Your Honor, you said it was $110?
Yes, $110.
Okay, and then the second one, we just dismissed it, so there's no fees, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
As long as he pays today,
Yep.
it'll get dismissed today.
Thank you.
Okay?
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Are we all set?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, you are all set. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you again, Mr. Rosenthal.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Oh, are we ready on the probation matter? Mr. Akins needs to turn on his camera. Yes. All right, thank you. And you're not driving, are you, Mr. Akins?
No, I'm not. I'm currently at work.
Okay, all right, let's get you squared away then, okay? All right, Mr. Bradfield, are you ready?
Yes, Judge, good morning.
All right, good morning to you. I'm ready to call your client's cases. I have the following for Mr. Akins. I have case number Z806-6161. Mr. Bradfield, let me have you place your name on the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Gary Bradford, appearing on behalf of probation.
All right, very good and good morning. Mr. Bradfield is physically in the courtroom, so you can't see him on screen, but hopefully you all can hear him. Mr. Akins, please place your full name on the record.
Jason Anthony Akins.
All right, thank you, Mr. Akins. All right, Attorney Hill, it's my understanding that this is a probation violation hearing, is that correct? Mr. Bradfield?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, I'd like Mr. Bradfield to proceed. And then I'll hear from you, Attorney Hill.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Akins was placed on a 12-month probation that started on September 3rd, 2020. Operating while visibly impaired, he was assessed $660 in order to attend the Victims Impact Panel. Outpatient treatment until medically discharged, AA twice a week. That's outpatient treatment include AA component. Attend alcohol safety level 2, submit to drug analysis. Not use or possess any illegal substance, including marijuana. Not consume any alcoholic beverage. Use of film consequences in violation, court will consider inpatient treatment. Mr. Akins was last before the court July the 30th, 2021, before Judge Shannon. His probation at that time got extended 6 months until today for Mr. Akins to comply with probation. At that time, he needed proof of AA meetings, inpatient treatment. He was referred again at that time to eBay for alcohol highway safety level 2, and must continue testing at JAMS. Mr. Akins has completed the Victims Impact Panel on April 20th of last year. He did complete his outpatient treatment. He was discharged on June 26, 2021. Mr. Akins completed the alcohol highway safety level 1 at eBay on March the 5th, 2022. It was supposed to be level 2, but he did 1. Mr. Akins is a repeat offender. He had a prior DUI in 2012 in the city of Southfield. So he attended level 1, but the order said level 2. His current balance indicates $90. Mr. Akins indicated he paid that. It's just not posting. His most recent payment was $450, which was paid on March 1st, 2022. Mr. Akins has not attended AA throughout this probation at all. Mr. Akins did miss his most recent drug screens, January 9th, 2022, as well as February 14th, 2022. So that's where we are, Judge, this point.
All right, Mr. Hill, I'm going to hear from you, but Mr. Akins needs to come into the courthouse. He definitely needs to come down to the court.
Judge, before I speak, can I have the probation department's recommendation?
Yes, you can get the recommendation, but he's got to come down to the courthouse. But go ahead, Mr. Bradfield, what's your recommendation?
Well, since he has to come down, possibly we can adjourn this matter 60 days for Mr. Akins to come into full compliance.
Oh, didn't y'all already do that? Didn't you make that recommendation to extend with Judge Sherman and she extended it? So we know that doesn't work, but that's his recommendation. All right. All right. So, Mr. Hill, I'll hear from you, and then I'm adjourning this matter for your client to come in today down to 36th District Court, or no later than tomorrow.
Judge, if I heard the recommendation, I would really appreciate the opportunity. Can we adjourn this matter where I can have an opportunity to talk to my client? Again, the ROA indicates he was scheduled for a discharge today. I know that was entered improperly.
Yes.
I'd like the opportunity to explain to my client what's about to happen. So if the court, the advice I'm going to give him cannot be completed by today. So would the court allow me to request an adjournment, say for a couple weeks? My client will then walk in.
Not a couple of weeks. Not a couple of weeks. Not a couple of
7
weeks.
days? 7 days?
Not 7.
Can I get 3?
Sure you can. You can even get 5.
Thank you, Judge. And that will give me an opportunity to explain to my client what's about to happen, and he will physically be present. What's the date that you want him back, Judge?
All right. I'll give you 5 days to get them together, and actually it'll end up being 7. Let's bring him back on March 14th. Mr. Hill, March 14th. I'm sorry, Mr. Bradfield.
Judge, I'll be out of the office on that day. I just want to do that for the record.
Okay, what about the 15th?
I'll be here, Judge.
Okay, can we do the 15th, Mr. Hill?
Judge. Yes.
All right, so we'll do March, actually again, 8 days. Look, we're not too far apart. It's not a couple of weeks, it's a week and a day or so. All right, so we will do March 15, 2022. And I am going to bring him back at, let's say, can we do 10 o'clock?
Sure, Judge.
Okay, let's do 10 o'clock a.m. Mr. Akins, you must physically come to 36th District Court, 421 Madison. Understand, I won't wait for you. You need to be here but before 10 o'clock, okay? So your case is scheduled for 10 o'clock on the 15th. All right?
Thank you.
Mr. Akins,
right.
join me in the breakout room right now, okay? Go back in the breakout room. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hill. And thank you, Mr. Bradfield.
Thank you, Judge. Have a nice day.
You do the same. Thank you so much. All right, very good. Do we have anything else ready?
Judge, we have a couple people in the courtroom that are ready.
Oh, let's do it. Absolutely. Miss, can I get the files for the in-house people? Okay, wonderful. Give me a second. I need to get my little pad out. I can forget again. All right, I am ready on Dana Anderson. I have the following matters for Mr. Anderson. I have case numbers SP 1225465, counts 1, 2, and 3, and case number SP 1225467, counts 1 and 2. Mr. Anderson, please state your full name for the record. All right, good morning to you, sir. All right, who's representing Mr. Anderson?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, how are we proceeding this morning?
Judge, there's an offer from the city that if he tenders a guilty plea to the improper plates as charged, the other matters would be dismissed, and my client wishes to avail himself of that offer. I do want to point out that he did get some things fixed. He got his windshield fixed. He got registration later on, so he's getting in compliance, Judge, and that was the reason for the good offer, and my client does really want to take advantage of that.
All right, very good, sir. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, you know.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Your attorney is going to ask you a series of questions. Mr. Ficus, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Correct.
And you wish to give up that right and plead guilty on one of the matters today, correct?
Correct.
Are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you or promised anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to his constitutional waiver. May I do a factual basis?
Yes, you may.
Sir, on the date and time of the citation, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And were you operating that vehicle with improper plates?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, I'm accepting your plea of guilty. And I'm going to follow the recommendation of the prosecuting attorney. As soon as you get this ticket paid, then the remaining matters will be dismissed. Okay? All right, Mr. Reed, what would you like me to know about your client?
Judge, he is trying to get his license back. He has some, it appears to be reinstatement fees he has to pay as well, but it's good that he's trying to do everything the right way. He started doing it the right way, and is following through on it. He has yet to, he's not driving. He says he's not driving, and that's good. I told him that would just set him back even farther if he does. He said he got rid of that car, so he doesn't have a car right now to drive. It's taken away one of the temptations. But he seems like he understands and wants to be on the right path, Your Honor. So I'd ask you to take that into consideration with respect to Mr. Anderson.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fikens. I certainly will. Mr. Anderson, I am assessing our costs in the amount of $200. I'm glad to hear you trying to get your stuff together and you're doing some things to not get any additional tickets. And he doesn't have any additional tickets. Is that right? Ms. Mack, are you able to check to see if Dana Anderson has any additional tickets?
You may have some.
He may have reinstatement fees, but I'm saying anything else pending. Because I've got a printout for him. He's got a lot of stuff, had a lot of stuff here at 36th District Court. So you really are trying to get yourself together, right?
Yes, ma'am.
He's told me he's made a lot of payments, Judge, and
okay, that's good. That's really good.
There's a lot of reinstatement fees out there.
But nothing's pending disposition.
A lot of his cases that's being taken care of there today. He does have a couple civil infractions out here. 3.
But he's not paid.
If they are not paid, correct.
Are they old civil infractions, Mr. Fikens? Did you have an opportunity to look at it? Since he's trying to get himself together.
yes, I think they were past a year old, Judge, from what I can recall now.
They're old.
So
okay.
Unfortunately, anything, he just has to pay those and they'll stay. You know, that's one of the things he has to do to get his license back is to make payments on anything outstanding plus the reinstatement fees.
So you've got some civil infractions you've got to get paid. You're going to come up with a plan. Miss, can you print out the ROAs for those? Is it just 3?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Anderson, do you have a plan to get those paid?
Yes, I just started my new job, so yes, I'm taking my time on paying.
All right.
Excuse me, Judge, I don't know if it's in his file, but he has a couple of other matters that's scheduled for March the 23rd.
With me?
Yes, ma'am.
What's scheduled for March 23rd? I just saw these 2 and I mean, he's got to print out.
You said you got a return report?
Child.
No, we don't do that. Now, this is it's scheduled for a pretrial at 10 a.m. We didn't schedule that.
How many cases is it? Because there's some, I have this 1, 2, 3 matters, and then there's 4, 5. Yeah, and show me what's scheduled for the 20th. Mr. Fikens, you don't want to try to work to get him a global deal instead of having him keep coming back to court?
I would welcome the opportunity, Judge, to try to work that out.
Okay, that's what I prefer happens, is that you get a global deal. Mr. Fikens can work with the prosecutor today to see what we can do, okay? Instead of having you come back at the end of March or in a couple of weeks. Okay, and just get everything taken care of, get this behind you, and then strive to be a law-abiding citizen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You're at the top of the summary right there, Judge, on the top.
But it's only 3?
Those are the 3 that's scheduled for the 23rd. That's everything that's in his name that's on that summary. That's including the stuff for today.
Okay, this is not the stuff that I have here in this file. This U-ticket does not appear on his printout at all. There's a U-ticket, yes. I mean, unless, wouldn't it have the U on here? If
It should have been, if it was, unless it was adjudicated. This is one of the ones that, this is from 2008. That might, I mean, I don't know why it didn't show up on his summary though.
yeah, but it's outstanding, it looks
Yes,
like
it
it.
is.
All right, so Mr. Fikens, there are 3 additional matters. Actually 4, because this one is not on his summary, but it is showing up in the system as outstanding. And so I'd like to give you those case numbers and see if you can work out something and recall Mr. Anderson. Is that good?
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
All right, are you ready for the case numbers?
I am.
Or do you want me to just have Miss,
I can send that over.
I'll have her send it over, and then I'll have to write in this other one because it's not appearing on his sheet.
Is it a 2011 in his jacket, Judge?
I'm gonna let you check and see. But
Okay,
I'm gonna,
because, oh, let's see.
yep, there's an open alcohol.
That's the one I was referring to. It's a 2011.
It's on here. Is that still open?
Is it? Yes, but there's a balance on it. And it's,
So he must have pled to it.
yes, and it's just money owed on it.
Yeah, see, Mr. Fikens, I don't usually take pleas and give people good, I don't do that and they still owe us money. So what I'm going to do is have Miss Mack send you over and then everything on here, yeah, you'll just have to look at it. And
Yes,
then let's see if you can work something out for him. Because I can't take a deal and have you say to me, you're going to pay when you still have a balance here at 36. So let's try to work it all out, okay? All right, so I'm gonna have you have a seat and I'll recall you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Who do we have up next?
This gentleman here.
All right, Mr. Autry, if you could come to the podium, please. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you, officer, for wiping it off. I have the following for Mr. Autry. I have case numbers SP 121-9999, counts 1 and 2. Mr. Autry, state your full name for me. Thank you. All right, counsel, how are we proceeding this morning?
Judge, this is a date and time set for arraignment. After speaking with my client would ask for a bench trial date at this time.
All right, thank you. Please establish that your client understands his right to a jury trial and that he's waiving that right and requesting a bench trial.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a jury trial. Is that correct? You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you, as you and I talked about, you want to waive that right to a jury trial and have this matter heard, if it's going to be heard at all, by the court, correct?
Yes, sir.
And are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you into doing this?
No, sir.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to his waiver.
All right, I am going to set this matter for a bench trial. I will also set this one for the 28th of March, 2022, and that will be at 1:30 p.m. Okay? I'm sorry. You're very welcome, sir. I'll see you then. Take care.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're very welcome. Who do we have up next?
I have.
We can do Mohammed. Last name is Aldukh.
Yeah, I'm here.
No, he needs to turn on his camera or I can't do his case.
Oh, I could. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Thank you, sir.
Can I have this folder?
Oh.
For Mr. Autry?
Oh, did I keep it? I did. I'm sorry. There you go. All right, very good. Give me 1 second. Let me just find your case, and I did. I have the following for you. Case number SP 115-117-11. Sir, state your name for me, please.
Mohammed Aldukh.
All right, thank you. Mr. Hill, how are we proceeding?
Is this an arraignment, Judge?
Okay, he has a lot of background noise. He's got to turn something off or what have you. Go ahead, Mr. Hill.
That's my nephew. Let me get away from my nephew. I'm sorry.
Judge, if this is an arraignment, we'll wait for him. We can stand mute.
All right, thank you. And then how are we proceed? This is actually a show cause.
Ask the court to set aside. Judge, what I'm asking for is if there is a warrant, set aside the warrant. We're going to be asking for a bench trial, and I'll voir dire my client as it relates to his waiver of a jury.
Please do so at this time.
Mohammed, you and I spoke. We're going to set this matter for a bench trial. You know you have a right to a jury trial where it's a cross-section of your peers that would determine your innocence or guilt. We've decided, or you've decided, that you're going to let the judge decide that, correct?
Correct.
And Judge, just so the court's aware, this is a situation where my client wanted to resolve it today, but factually he could not. So I want the court to be aware. He's not trying to clog up the docket by any means, but factually, I don't think he's guilty.
All right, very good. Then I am going to schedule this matter for a bench trial on March 28th, 2022, and that will be at 1:30 p.m. Anything else for my consideration?
Nothing, Judge. You have that, Mohammed?
Is it the same courtroom, though?
Same Zoom. Yep, everything.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Your Honor. I appreciate you, attorney.
All right.
Thank you.
You can leave it now, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, who do we have up next?
Your Honor, I am ready on a DeMarco Allen Crosby.
Alan Crosby, yes, I'm ready. Is your client on with us?
Actually, Your Honor, he is not. I would like to explain a little bit about this case when the court is ready.
Okay, where's your client though, counsel? These are misdemeanors.
Yes, Judge, I am not sure. We sent in an appearance back in November, and that's when we thought it was a felony charge, but that charge was never gone through, and the warrant was denied. And so I think our appearance got attached to the tickets, and we had closed this file out. And when I realized that this was up today, we don't have an updated phone number for him at all. So because our name is attached to the case, I wanted to be present to let the court know, I don't think he knows about this date. Because once that felony was not charged, we just closed the case out, not knowing that we were attached to this case.
But 36th District Court would have sent him a notice in the mail to appear on today. Today, he is scheduled for an arraignment and a hearing. So we would have still sent something to his address.
Oh, okay, okay. So then I wouldn't have any explanation for his absence. I did speak with Mr. Rosenthal, and I worked something out with him. And I just wanted to do it on his behalf, just because I did not want us to be attached to the case and not appear.
Yes, I appreciate that. But he did receive notice that he should be here. So
okay.
I'll give it a while, but I won't keep you. Let me place the case numbers on the record. SX 3926434, counts 1 and 2. Go ahead and state your appearance for the record.
Yes, Your Honor. Melanie Bates, P76080 from the Law Office of Randall Upshaw.
All right, Ms. Bates, and I do understand that your name got attached to these misdemeanors, even though the warrant was denied on the felony side of it. However, the court did in fact send out a notice to Mr. DeMarco Marquise Allen Crosby, and he was scheduled, he was notified that he was to appear by way of Zoom or come into 36th District Court on today, March 7th, and he was scheduled for 9:30 a.m. And so I think I've given him ample time to dial in or to walk through the door. And so he'll go in our KPS stack, but thank you for clarifying on the record and clearing up your name. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. And if we hear from him, I'll make sure that he comes in or something, okay? And I would like to thank Mr. Rosenthal because he tried to work with us, and hopefully that can stay open for him.
All right, very good. And so,
Thank you.
actually what'll happen, it won't even be a KPS. He was scheduled for arraignment, so it will be a show cause, okay? It'll be a show cause. The other matter is going to be defaulted, the civil infraction. And the show cause hearing, I will have to use the 21st as my show cause date. And I know that that's a travel date for me, but I am still going to, did I take that as a vacation day though?
Yes.
I did take it as vacation or just as a travel day? No, I think I just did it.
The 21st.
No. I did. I know I'm gone that week, but I'm going to be working a few days.
Okay.
So I know my vacation days are the 24th and the 25th, and I'm not working.
Okay.
But I am going to work on the 21st remote.
Okay.
So I'll use that as my show cause date. I won't schedule a whole lot of show causes. All right, but I'll use that as my show cause date. And so for count 2, it'll be show cause, and the date will be March 21st, 2022. And that is going to be at, let's see, it's 9:30 your time. It'll be 9:30 a.m. And then the remaining matter will go into default. Thank you so much, Ms. Bates.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Let Mr. Upshaw know I asked about him, okay?
I sure will. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Oh, I keep giving you back these tickets without the files. I don't know what I'm doing with it.
You want to keep folders for yourself?
I need some more folders, that's what it is. I ran out.
I'll give you some folders. You can't have
I
mine.
can have the rest. All right, do we have anything else ready? I do see that there's, if your name is up, we need you to turn your camera on so we can get you service. Mr. Reed, do you have anything that's ready?
No, Judge, I don't have anything. Is there anyone in the courtroom?
There's someone on with a halter top, and I don't know who they are, but they need to put on some clothes and get their video cleared up. And Miss Wilson, does that person need to go to a breakout room? Last name Atkins.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. or Miss Atkins, I need you to accept an invitation. Thank you so much. to the breakout room to speak with an attorney. Thank you so much. Make sure you are dressed appropriately for court.
Okay.
Come on, hold it up. All right. All right, do we have any other matters that are ready?
Not yet, Your Honor. I'm finishing up Mr. Anderson's matters, but that will take a few minutes yet, I think.
Okay, yes. All right, would you let does the individual who's in the box need to go in with an attorney?
Yes, she's the new intake from Mr. Curtis.
Yes.
And he knows, and he's already in there with Miss E. Miss, yeah.
Yes, so she's doing a soberly. So if they could come out and do it in another part of the courtroom, that would be great. I'd like Miss Horton. Good morning to you, Miss Horton. I'd like her to go in the breakout room, and then Mr. Reed or Mr. Fikens, we have someone that's being processed today for a different specialty court, and I'd like for you all to speak with them to get them in, okay?
Yes, Judge.
If you could. I want to make the best use of my time. Good morning, Miss Brimage.
Good morning. How are you today?
I am well. How are you?
I'm fine.
That's good. Who do you have up this morning?
So I have Zachary Atkins. He wasn't assigned to me, but you did ask me to get him signed up for community service.
Okay.
So we're ready on Atkins, Judge.
Ready on Atkins? All right, let me get a file.
Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
So the community service specialist did try to get in touch with the site, and she has not spoken with them yet. So I don't have verification of it. But if he has a sign-in sheet, he can email it to me.
All right. So hold on. No. We're not going to discuss this in open court. So Miss Brimage, do you want to go to a breakout room and speak with Mr. Atkins?
Yes, that's fine.
All right, wonderful. Miss Wilson, if you could put Miss Brimage and Mr. Atkins in the breakout room. Attorney Hill, would you like to go as well?
Yes.
All right, include Attorney Hill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Hill?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Courtroom 333 is looking for you on a case.
Sorry. I have him on the phone right now. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, no problem.
Mr. Atkins, if you could go to breakout room number 1, go back in there, please.
Oh, it didn't send me nothing to go back in there. My bad.
It should be at the bottom of the screen where it says rejoin.
Your Honor, I note that I think Mr. Anderson is in the courtroom. May I ask him one question? It's regarding a ticket about his birth date.
Yes, Mr. Anderson, there's a question the attorney's about to ask you. Go ahead, Mr. Fikens. He can hear you. He can stand right there. He can hear you.
Sir, there's a ticket for no license from 2014. It has a wrong birth year on that. Did you ever live at Haverhill on Haverhill Road? Okay, maybe, okay,
All right.
thank you.
Very
That's all.
good. Thank you. And Ms. Mack, when you are ready to start handing me any of the two cases, I am ready to take them.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I am. You know what? I didn't drink my water this morning, so I'm still drinking my cold water. I do cold in the morning, and then I do hot in the afternoon when I get here. I do cold early, not cold, room temperature early morning, and then hot once I get here, but I didn't finish it. Can you mute me for 1 second? Uh-oh. Are we ready on Mr. Atkins?
Yes, we are.
All right, very good. I have the following matters for Mr. Atkins. I have case number SP 114-01891 and case number SP 121-94451. And then I have four matters that were adjourned to pay from Mr. Atkins. SP 108-92-051, SP 113-91851, counts 1 and 2, and then SP 121-94452. Mr. Atkins, oh, where is Attorney Hill? Is he coming back? You're on mute, Miss Brimage.
I said he should. I need him to.
Okay. Can someone shoot him a message and ask him if he's not working with someone, if he can come back?
They'll go over with you, get you set up with where you need to go. Let me find your order. Let me figure out what happened with it. No, you'll probably be virtual or on the phone.
Somebody needs to mute themselves, it sounds like it. Adjourned for dismissal. Did Mr. Hill join us? There's Mr. Hill. All right, Mr. Hill, I've called Mr. Atkins' cases. How do you want to proceed?
Judge,
Myers, 6 mile and Myers. Says he wanted the west side location.
So is someone, okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Hill, how do you want to proceed as to your client?
I'm going to make a request for, and is an adjournment. My client does have $95 he owes, I think, and as well as he has to complete his community service.
Okay, Miss Brimage?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, tell me what's going on with Mr. Atkins, because I see that I accepted his plea of guilty for driving while license suspended. I amended that charge to failure to display. I gave him 30 hours of community service. And then I also accepted his plea on count 3 of responsible, and I waived that fine to help him get on track. And so I also know that on a violation of a license restriction, that it was scheduled, there were a number of things, everything else was adjourned for dismissal, and there may be a $95 balance on that. So Ms. Brimage, what's going on with him?
So, Your Honor, on February 14th, the case was never assigned to me. You asked me to have him signed up for community service. I wasn't there when he was sentenced, so I did sign him up for the community service. And per his attorney, he has 5 hours left, and he did not pay the $95 yet. I wasn't sure about the other cases. As I again stated, I just signed him up for the community service.
Right. He really didn't have anything else left to do. Let me see, on that case, the $95 that you're referring to is the same one I'm referring to for the violation of license restriction?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. And so,
That's a warrant fee, judge, and a reinstatement fee.
okay. I'm going to waive the warrant fee on that one, Mr. Hill. I'll waive it. And thank you, Ms. Mack. I can't waive the reinstatement fee, but I don't force people to get their license. As you know, Mr. Hill, he'll have to pay it before he gets his license. He still owes us 5 hours of community service. And so, Ms. Brimage, is your recommendation in line with what Mr. Hill has stated, a request for an adjournment to give him an opportunity to work the remaining hours and to provide proof of the entire 30?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn this matter. How much time does he need?
A week should be sufficient.
All right. So his new date will be, let's do the 15th of March, 2022. And I'll put it on for 9:30 a.m. And so, Mr. Atkins, let's get it done, okay?
I will, and just to be correct, I just have to pay the 95, and that's what I gotta pay, right? By the next credit day.
No, Mr. Hill, can you have a discussion with your client, letting him know what I've done on his behalf? I've waived the warrant costs.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
So if he wants to get a license, he has to pay reinstatement. All right. So what will happen, Miss Mack? Everything will follow on that, be rescheduled for that. I'm not writing them all up, but if we can put them on the adjourn to dismiss, they would be on for the 15th as well. All right, thank you, Mr. Atkins. Thank you, Attorney Hill, and thank you, Ms. Brimage.
Thanks, Your Honor. Have a good day.
All right, you do the same. Okay, is there anything else that's ready? Or are we finished in the waiting rooms, the breakout rooms? Hello, can they hear me?
They can hear you. I don't know.
No one is in the breakout room.
Okay, thank you. Since nobody else answered. Thank you, Ms. Wilson. We're gonna give you the attorney's pay today. All right. All right, let's do it. I am going to start calling the remainder of my docket. I know Mr. Ficus is working on something. And then has either of the individuals gone into the breakout room with the intake?
No, Judge, I'll go in when they're ready.
All right, can you let Mr. Curtis know? I need, are we even at that stage? Is she someone that they are doing today, or is he just processing her today for Wednesday?
I believe he's processing for Wednesday.
Okay, let's get clarification on that. Thank you, officer. And then Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, I'll let you all know. All right, I am calling, thank you. Yes, I am calling the remainder of the docket for my show cause hearing date. That is going to be on, did I say the 21st? I do that morning. All right, very good. It will be on the 21st of March at 9:30. Yes, ma'am. Get that time mixed up every time. All right, I have the following matters. And then for my capias, the capias will all be personal bonds unless stated otherwise by the court. Officer, do we have that clarification?
Yes, ma'am, they're processing for Wednesday.
They are processing her for Wednesday. Thank you so much. All right, I have the following, and I'm starting at 9:30. SP 122-29261 for Dion Abbott. That is going to be a show cause. For Ahmad Absalom, I have SP 122-26601, case number 217-33821, counts 1, 2, and 3, and case, yes. And those will all be show cause. For Ahmad Abdusalam, SP 122-26611, and case number 217-33821, both will be default judgments. For Jesse Adam, case number SP 119-89561, that will be a show cause. And then for Mr. Adam, SP 119-8886, counts 1 and 2, those will be default judgments. For Ernest Adams, SP 116-81041, capias. For Muhammad Al Ghanimi, SP 125-30201, that will be a show cause. For Kara Al Badiri, SP 116-8174, counts 1 and 2, both will be capias. For Shahi Alexander, SP 116-80951, capias. For Darius Allen, SP 116-8169, counts 1, 2, and 3, all capias. For Sonja Allen, SP 122-46381, that will be a show cause. And then for Ms. Allen, SP 122-4635, counts 1, 2, and 3, those will be default judgments. For Ayman Al Mawari, SX 392-7935, count 1 is a show cause, counts 2 and 3 are default judgments. For Tommy Amin, U620-43321, show cause. Devontae Amos, SP 122-5274, counts 1, 2, and 3, show cause. For Devontae Amos, also SP 122-5272, counts 1 and 2, default judgment. For Blair Anderson, SP 116-7529, counts 1, 2, and 3, capias. For Dewan Anderson, SP 118-55592, capias. For Demondo Anderson, SP 5474, counts 1, 2, and counts 1 and 2 will be a capias with personal bond, and then count 3, open alcohol in a motor vehicle as the driver. Capias will issue, and that bond will be set at $50 cash or surety. For Jerome Anderson, SP 1219968, counts 1 and 2, show cause. For Sasha Anderson, 217-24118, counts 1, 2, and 3, capias. For Dikara Andrews, SP 122-44671, show cause. Also for Dikara Andrews, SP 121-7266, counts 1 and 2, both will be default judgments. For Trabari Andrews, SX 3927719, count 1 is show cause, count 2 is a default judgment. For Brandy Anfield, SP 1221838, count 1 is a show cause, it's just count 1. I also have for Brandy Anfield, SP 1221823, counts 1, 2, and 3, and all of those are default judgments. For Juan Arambula, SP 1224595, counts 1 and 2, show cause. For Juan Arambula, SP 1224568, counts 1, 2, and 3, default judgments. For Eric Austin, SP 114-91351, KPS. For Flame Ayers, case number SP 1225153, count 3 is a show cause, count 1 is a default judgment, and count 2 is a default judgment. For Hassas Ayub, U599-82121, show cause. I'm on the 1030 for Dwayne Arley, SP 115-50112. That was an adjourn to pay. Did Mr. Arley pay?
Yes.
He did pay, so we are going to close that case. All right, and then so the parties know, I do have some 1:30 scheduled on today. I don't know who put these on for arraignment at 1:30. I don't know who did that. All right, very good. Are we ready to recall? I have one recall, and that is for Mr. Anderson.
We are ready.
Mr. Fikens?
We are ready, Judge.
All right, and then we're good on everything else. All right, let's get Mr. Anderson's file. Can I get it? I think I gave it back, the one I did give back, right?
Judge, can I just say bye?
Yeah. Yes, you can. Attorney Hill, so good to see you. Thank you for working with us. Mr. Fikens is saying no.
No.
I think you should keep him here another hour, Judge. Just
No, let him go. Bye, Mr. Hill.
Thank you.
All right.
Attorney Hill.
He didn't get his few weeks, Mr. Fikens. I gotta let him go. All right, Mr. Fikens. I've got a number of matters for
Yes,
Mr. Anderson. Let's do it. And this will be our last case of the morning. And then I have the afternoon. And I have staffing, which I don't know why they scheduled me for that 1:30. All right, Mr. Fikens, you
Yes.
tell me what we're doing.
there are three, from my understanding in a review of the records, Judge, there are three outstanding misdemeanors. They are SP 399-4141 and SP 399-4142. And one other misdemeanor, 145690951. Excuse me, my handwriting is so bad, Judge.
Yes, 0951. I have those three.
discussed with the prosecutor that if my client pleads to an additional count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, that does not abstract to the Secretary of State, so it won't hurt his chance of getting a license, they would consider dismissing or recommending dismissing the other two misdemeanor cases.
All right. What else do you have for me, Mr. Fikens? Because there was more on that list.
Yeah, I don't have any more misdemeanors. We discussed civil infractions. The unfortunate part is those civil infractions are so old, they date back to 2014, some of them, and the city was just not inclined to make any moves on that. I think the penalties, because they've been in default, it's a question of money. The Secretary of State has already taken whatever action they wish to take on that. Although I noticed that there might be some reinstatement fees that my client might also have to pay on those matters which are in default. So that unfortunately, that will cost him a bit more money to get his license, but there's no recommendation forthcoming from the city. And I understood that. That's their policy. And
All right. Mr. Fikens, there was that 2011 case that you asked me about. What are we doing with that?
is that the U-ticket, Judge?
No, there was a 11-528-7131. It looks like it's open alcohol in a motor vehicle as a passenger.
And I thought he pled guilty on that, Judge, and owes money on that one.
Owes money? Not just see that. Yes, I do.
Yes, he took plea on this 2014. So he does owe money on this.
You owe lots of money on it, huh? How much does he owe on it? Oh, it's on here. Never mind. $368.
Yeah.
Judge, there are some. If the court would consider maybe reducing some of the penalties on these matters, even though they're old and even though they've been accumulating, Judge, if the court would give some consideration to reducing the penalties.
And so, Mr. Fikens, I'm also looking at, there were some other matters on this sheet that I gave you. Okay, I know that this one is going to be a guilty. For dismiss. Okay. And so, and then Mr. Fikens, the other plea that I took, that's going to stay in place. Yeah, your client owes a lot of money. I feel bad when people don't take care of their stuff and then they end up with a whole lot of. And so, Mr. Fikens, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going, your client, Mr. Anderson, you are still under oath. Mr. Fikens, go ahead and proceed with the factual basis for allowing a driver with no license to drive. You may do that at this time. Go right ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, we've already established that you're willing to waive your constitutional rights to a trial, correct?
Yeah.
And as to the factual allegations, back in 2015, did you allow an unlicensed driver to drive your automobile? I know it's going back a little bit.
Speak loudly.
Yes, I believe so, yes.
Okay. And do you recall that, and I know it's 2015, but you recall that incident?
Yes, I recall that.
Okay, thank you. I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So this is what I'm going to do, sir. I'm trying to help you to get to a place where you can win. You've got a number of things on here. I'm accepting your plea of guilty. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matters that are outstanding that he has not paid yet. Mr. Fikens, I'm going to grant your request. I'm going to waive any penalties and costs
Thank you, Judge.
as to all of those matters. Mr. Fikens, the other thing that I'm going to do is earlier I had assessed your client costs at $200. He says that he's working, and so I want you to continue to work. So this is what I'm going to do. He's got to get everything paid before he gets these dismissals. So he's going to owe us some money. So Miss Matt, why don't we waive those fines and those penalties and warrant costs and see where he is. And if I give you 6 months to get this all done, can you get it done in 6 months? Do you think you can get it done before 6 months? Because I want you to get your license. You won't get a dismissal until you get everything paid.
Okay, I understand that. I can go 6 months because I got child support in my head too, so I'm trying to work everything out. So
Okay, all right.
I can pay half or I can't pay all of it, not all at once.
I'm not gonna do that to you. So this is what I'm going to do, Mr. Fikens. I'm gonna step out on the limb.
Thank you,
I'm
Judge.
not going to dismiss anything until he's paid everything in full. I'm not going to assess a fine as to the matter that I accepted his plea on today. Only cost, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Only his cost. And so, and you should, I don't know if I wrote all of these up. Okay. Let me check. Yeah, I did. All right. And so I'm going to go 6 months out. I'm going to give your client until, I'm going to adjourn this to September 23rd. You're going to get some information. September 23rd, 2022, and that is going to be at 10:30 a.m. Must have everything paid. Everything at 36th District Court, paid in full. All right, Mr. Fikens, does that work for you?
It does. Thank you, Your Honor. That really helps my client out a lot. We appreciate it.
And then I'm writing the note on the top of this summary. All dismissals are adjourned until payment is received in full. Okay. I wrote one global note, and then I wrote my notes, the ones that are, I wrote it up to where they can trace back. It's a paper trail, okay?
Yes.
With my signature, because that's what's important. All right, very good. So we put you in a good place. Listen, don't wait for 6 months to start paying. If you got some money today, before you leave 36th District Court, you get your paperwork from the clerk, you need to stop by that window and drop us off some money, okay? I don't care how much it is, but start paying. Because what I don't want is 6 months to get away from you, and then you come back and you haven't done everything I've told you to do. I'm not giving you another chance. What's gonna happen is you'll be right back where you started from. All your dismissals, they've now become charges again, okay?
I understand.
All right, very good.
Thank you for the 6 months.
Yes, sir, you're very welcome. All right, you all. Court is in recess until 1:30, and we need to get a staffing time. Let me go off the line.